Hello, I'm Dominic Piper. Welcome to Paydirt TV. Today I'm joined once again by James Chirnside, Executive Chairman of Dart Mining. James, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dominic. Good to see you.
James, you've had some drilling results out of your Sandy Creek prospect in the Victorian goldfields this week. Can you tell us a little bit about the results? Were you happy with the outcomes?
The idea of this Sandy Creek is an old historic goldfield. There's been some super high-grade hits there in the past. I mean, there was a rock chip sample that was tested back in the day that came out at 3.5 kilos per tonne of gold. So 3,500 grams. But so that's, Northeast Victoria is characteristically fairly high grade, sometimes quite narrow. But on the results that we got on this program, what we drilled around 1,300 odd metres, 1,308 actually, across 43 holes. Look, we completed the program. It's probably suboptimal versus what we had, what we'd planned. But we had some good hits. There's no doubt about that. And I think that in 2021, we've got to go back there with an RC rig and do some more testing. We had 5 metres at 5 3/4 grams and another 5 at about 4 grams. And I think there was a section 9 metres at 1.75. And I think we almost had every hole mineralised. Probably it's exceeded our expectations in terms of the results so far, yeah.
It's a historic goldfield, as you say. Has it had much modern exploration on it?
So, no, there's been virtually no drilling at all up there. This is the first time it's ever been drilled, and we're quite excited about that. We did run into a couple of issues in drilling into the old workings. That can be an issue at depth, particularly. But, we'll be back there this year drilling again, and we've already got a whole heap of holes planned.
James, Dart is far from a one-trick pony. Apart from Sandy Creek, you've got a whole host of projects across Victoria. Can you explain how do you effectively test and explore each of the projects that you have? Do you have a strategy in place for that?
So Dart is well positioned in that respect. We have a very large number of elements and metals that we're looking for. And so what we've done is that we've broken our tenement footprint down into work areas, natural work areas, also by what we call exploration strategy. So there's 3 of those. There's orogenic gold, and that Sandy Creek one's one of the orogenic gold projects. There's porphyries, and then we have a third arm or third silo, if you want to call it that, which is strategic metals, but those usually found in pegmatites. And so rare earths, lithium, niobium, tantalum, cesium, all that sort of thing. I mean, we have, I think, the largest exploration footprint in Victoria now, across, and we have a commanding position across the northeast of Victoria, which happens to be one of the most heavily mineralised areas in the whole country. I think one of the big advantages of the northeast is that we've got ready-made workforces, most of whom can go home at night. There's not a fly in, fly out. We've got copious amounts of water resources and also power. We're right on the edge of the Snowy Mountains power scheme. So that actually, the Snowy power effectively goes right through our ground.
Within those 3 areas of focus, really geological areas of focus, have you got any specific plans this year? How do you tackle the orogenic gold prospects, including Sandy Creek, in the next 9 or 10 months?
On the orogenic gold strategy for the first quarter, we're looking at geophysics, some RC drilling on various orogenic projects, and some diamond drilling. And actually, interestingly, we've just purchased a diamond rig, which will allow us to churn out results pretty much all year round. We're going to be able to churn out a lot of drilling this year, and that's the objective, because we have, with our diverse and huge portfolio, we've got an enormous amount of drill-ready targets that need drilling. and we're very much focused on, drilling as much as we can this year. So much so that we're hoping to drill 20 to 30,000 metres this year.
You also mentioned porphyries are a target for the company. Victoria's not been known in the past for its porphyry potential. How are you going about identifying porphyries, and what's the opportunity you see there?
The government carried out a deep seismic reflection survey, very similar but enhanced program, similar to the Staveley seismic survey that was carried out by government, I think, in 2010. And that, of course, led to the Staveley exploration rush. I'd expect that we'll see an interpretation on that over the next 6 months or so, we hope. And the beauty is that DART is pegged right across that survey line. The survey will help us hugely, I think, in identifying further porphyry targets. As it is, we've got 11 porphyry targets that are outcropping at surface. And interestingly, as far as my knowledge goes, with the Staveley survey, there was no such outcropping porphyries. So DART is probably best known for its work and for its discovery on the Mount Unicorn Molly Copper project up at Corryong. We've got a whole host of other porphyry prospects, most of which are actually drill ready. And with the diamond drill that we've purchased, we'll be punching some holes into those this year. We did a program on Granite Flat late last year, drilling program, again, fairly shallow. We'll be releasing some results on that as and when they come in, which I hope will be within the next 4 weeks. Granite Flat, we know, is a porphyry, a highly likely porphyry target. We're doing some geophysical work there in the first half of the year. We've got some RC and diamond drilling planned throughout the whole year.
As well as porphyries and orogenic gold, you've also got a host of pegmatite targets. Lithium prices are on the increase again. Is that the target, lithium, for your pegmatite exploration?
Yep. Well, long-term shareholders would know that DART discovered the first lithium fertile pegmatites on the east coast of Australia in 2016. We did a bit of work on those for a couple of years, but as most people would be aware, the price of lithium then took a dive. It has recovered quite significantly over the last 6 months. Our pegmatites are not limited to lithium, although we have 4 different types of lithium minerals, including the petalite, amblygonite, lepidolite, and spodumene. So we've got all the mineralisation, all the minerals to carry the lithium. We've got about 3,000 pegmatites that we've identified so far. We've just run a LiDAR program. We haven't got the data yet, but we hope to have that very soon. We're hoping that will uncover a whole host of new pegmatites. They're really hard to spot from the air. We've run aerial surveys to spot them, but they're so well camouflaged that they're hard to see. But we think that the LiDAR will probably uncover a host of those, and that LiDAR data will also be very good for the orogenic gold stuff, uncovering small workings. We've got a very aggressive program on that this year. Mostly in the first quarter, it's around more project generation and geophysics and LiDAR. I think by the third quarter this year, we'll be drilling. Yeah, we've got some drill-ready targets on that.
James, it's a very busy work schedule you've got in front of you. If we were to speak at the end of the year, what will success with DART look like in your opinion?
Look, I think, Dominic, we've got a chance of, given the amount of activity that we've got good funding. We did a rights issue last year, raised $5 million. That's going to get us a long way towards, potentially a major discovery. In our part of the world, we have an enormous amount of smoke. We've got to find the fire. You could argue that we found some fire in Mount Unicorn and with the pegmatites. I think on the orogenic gold, we need to, the Buckland Gold project looks like a fire at a distance. So, yep, very exciting.
Well, James, it is a very exciting time for DART and its shareholders. Best of luck with the programmes this year, and we'll drop in with you again later in the year to see if you've met those goals and ambitions that you have. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much, Dominic.